Devotees wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra, Singhadev, Shishi, Gaurnitai, Tulsimani, Haridasa, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, in 2 days' time is the appearance of Lord Varaha. So tomorrow is Ekadashi, and we fast tomorrow for Lord Varaha's appearance day on Sunday. The reason being, we have to finish the fast of Ekadashi on the Sunday. So you can't finish the fast and observe Ekadashi at the same, observe Lord Varaha's appearance day at the same time. So that's why the fast is tomorrow till noon. And the day after, which is Monday, it is Lord Nityananda's appearance day, a spectacular day to celebrate because Lord Nityananda is so kind. So hopefully we'll have a session on that day. But today we'll talk about Varaha. This is from the Bhagavatam, 3:11:37. Ayam tu katita kalpo dviti yashyapi bharata Varaha iti vikyato yatrakse chu karo hari. O descendant of Bharat, the first millennium in the second half of the life of Brahma is also known as Varaha millennium. So this is where we are. We are in the first day of the second half of Lord Brahma's life. 50 years have passed. We're in the 51st year, first day. It's also known as Varaha millennium because the personality of God had appeared in that millennium as the hog incarnation. So this is spiritual world in Vaikuntha. This is Vaikuntha. And this is the gatekeepers, Jay and Vijay. They look after the gate on this side, which is the eastern side. Or is it the western side? It's the western side. We're looking at it from the west point of view. Yeah. So what happened? Jay and Vijay, one time, they were looking after the gates of Vaikuntha. The four Kumaras came and they wanted entrance to take darshan of Lord Vishnu or Lord Narayan. And the two guards were looking at the boys thinking, nah, you can't take darshan. You're little children and you're not even got any clothes on. This is Vaikuntha. There's a lot of formalities here to be observed. And we never see children here. So you cannot take entrance. You cannot come in. So at that time, the four Kumaras became upset with the two guards. Once the four Kumaras stopped by Jay and Vijay gatekeeper at the entrance of Vaikuntha, in spite of several requests, they were not allowed inside to meet Lord Narayan. This angered the four Kumaras, who cursed them both to be born as mortals on earth and live there. Now, of course, Lord Narayan knows everything. This is an arrangement that he made, actually, for the cursing of the two gatekeepers. Knowing this, Lord Narayan appeared before the gatekeepers and Vishnu or Narayan offered them two options. Okay, so you have been rude to the four Kumaras. So their curse cannot go unheeded. But I'll give you a choice. You can take 7 births as my devotee on earth, or you can take 3 births as my enemy. What would you like? So they thought about it and they thought, rather than being 7 lives away, we'd rather be 3 lives away from you. So we'll come back as your demon, as your enemy. After serving either of these sentences, they can re-attain their stature at Vaikuntha and be with him permanently. Jay and Vijay couldn't bear the thought of staying away from Vishnu for 7 lives, so they agreed to the second option, to become his enemies for 3 births. And this is what Lord Vishnu and Lord Narayan wanted. because sometimes has a desire to fight, and he can't fight anybody in the spiritual world because they're all like Jay Vijay. They're devotees of Krishna. So he sends somebody special to this world in order to fight them. So even the demons, so-called demons that the Lord fights, they're actually not demons, they're devotees, powerful devotees who are sent to this world to give the Lord a fight. So this is quite interesting, and we often mention this to the children, that the Lord, he sends his own people to fight with, and then when the fight is over, they go back to the spiritual world. Vijay took birth as Hiranyaksha, a powerful demon. At the time of his birth, unlucky omens appeared everywhere. Violent winds uprooted trees, volcanoes erupted, and inky clouds rained endlessly as lightning slashed the sky. It's a bit like here in the UK today. A lot of sleet, a little bit of snow, a lot of rain, a lot of wind. It's very cold. Something inauspicious might be happening. Owls screeched fiercely, wolves howled at the moon, trembling cows gave blood instead of milk. Hiranyaksh grew to be as large as a mountain. So immediately after birth, he just grew. And his mother and father were Aditi and Kashyap Muni. His golden crown appeared to kiss the sky. The earth quaked as he walked. Greater than his height was his pride, but even greater was his greed. He mined so much gold from the earth that the planet lost its balance. So even now we can see men are trying to exploit Mother Earth, and there are consequences. Earth fell out of orbit, plunged into the ocean at the bottom of the universe. In Vedic cosmology, planets are conscious beings, persons. Celestial beings wanted her rescued. The proud Hiranyaksha dived into the ocean, terrifying all the sea creatures as he whirled his golden club. He was eager to fight. He was looking for Varun. So Varun is the lord of the waters. Now Varun is very powerful, very strong. Coming face to face with Varun, he challenged him to combat. But Varun said to him, I have stopped fighting now due to old age. Actually, he was a great fighter, but he knew that this Hiranyaksh is a bit crazy, and he wanted the Lord to appear to fight him. However, you are so expert in fighting that the only person equal to you is Lord Vishnu himself. When you meet him, he will destroy your pride, and you will lie down to sleep on the battlefield. This is a bit of an insult to Hiranyaksh. But not caring for the words of Varun, Hiranyaksh left in search for his enemy. So he took the words of Varun seriously. Yes, let's find Vishnu. Meanwhile, Lord Vishnu, in his form as a huge red boar, entered the cosmic ocean. How did he enter? So he came as a little creature through the nose of Brahma. And then he grew as big as Hiranyaksh. Sniffing through the mud at the bottom, he found the Mother Earth. Why did he come as a boar incarnation? Because the boar has the tusks, and he had the job of rescuing Bhudevi, his wife, Mother Earth. Then lifting Mother Earth on his two white tusks, he rose out of the water. This is a hero, like a hero. This is Varaha, handsome, the Supreme Lord. Here he is, Varaha, lifting Mother Earth from the ocean. Hiranyaksh was waiting, very angry. "Oh, amphibious beast," he cried, "this earth is mine. Today I will please my demon friends by smashing your skull." So he immediately challenged Varaha, Lord Varaha. Lord Varaha was concerned to protect Mother Earth, and so raced through space with the planet on his tusks. Hiranyaksh followed him, shouting, "Coward, come back, come back." The Lord, he had first to secure his devotee, his wife. Lord Varaha is in charge of the law of gravity. Making the earth very light, he gently placed her on the surface of the ocean, where she floated like a turquoise bowl. With the earth now safe, Varaha turned to Hiranyaksh and laughed mockingly. "I am indeed the beast, out to kill dogs like you. I'm not afraid, for you are a mortal, bound by the laws of death. Give up your foolish talk and fight." So the Lord wanted to fight. He was looking forward to the fight with Hiranyaksh. And Hiranyaksh was qualified to fight because he's a resident of Vaikuntha, very powerful. Hiranyaksh, trembling with anger, hissing like a cobra, sprang at the Lord with his golden club. Varaha dodged the blow and struck out with his own mace. As the fight raged on, both were injured, and the smell of blood increased their fury. From up on high, the residents of the heavens watched this terrible fight. They begged the Lord Varaha, "Please do not play any longer with this wicked demon. Finish him off quickly," because Varaha was having a great fight. He was enjoying. He had met his match. He had met his match in many ways, because Hiranyaksh was a good fighter. And so they were a little scared, because sometimes the Lord would get hit by the mace of Hiranyaksh, and he would seemingly be injured, even blood coming out of his body. Of course, the Lord is very special. There's no question of any blood coming, but this is just to put on a show. Lord Varaha glanced lovingly at his devotees, then sprang at Hiranyaksh, aiming his mace at the demon's chin. But Hiranyaksh knocked the mace from Varaha's hand and sent it spinning deep into space. The demigods cried in alarm, "Alas, alas, what has happened now?" Lord Varaha called for his famous disc weapon, and it appeared in the sky, razor sharp and whirling like a circular saw. Seeing this, Hiranyaksh exploded with fury. He wasn't scared. He wanted to give the Lord a fight. Glaring at the Lord with burning eyes, he hurled his mace, screaming, "Now you are slain." The Lord deftly knocked it away with his left foot. Then coolly and calmly he said, "Pick up your weapon and try again." This is a bit of an insult to make Hiranyaksh even more angry. Roaring like a demon, the demon again hurled his mace, but the divine ball easily caught it, just like a hawk catches a mouse. He offered it to the demon. "Why don't you try again?" Hiranyaksh became ashamed and angry. Taking instead a flaming trident, he hurled it with all his might towards the Lord. Varaha easily cut into 7 pieces with his razor-sharp disc. Using his magical powers, the demon became invisible. Fierce winds blew from all directions, stones dropped out of the sky, angry clouds poured down blood, urine, hair, and bones. Armies of fierce demons appeared as if from nowhere, riding on phantom horses and elephants. So the Hiranyaksh had a great deal of different types of shaktis, powers, which he would use against the Lord. And the Lord was loving it because this is what he wanted, a fight. Using his own mystical powers, the Lord dispelled the demon's magic. Still, Hiranyaksha did not give up. He ran up to the Lord, embraced him, and tried to crush him with his powerful arms. The demigods watched in horror. Seeing their forlorn faces, Lord Varaha decided, I've played with this demon long enough. The Lord had enjoyed the battle with a worthy opponent, one of his own devotees. Here they are, the demigods. They're watching this amazing fight going on. It's a spectacle. Casually, he slapped Hiranyaksh at the base of his ear. Hiranyakshi's body quivered, his eyeball bludgeoned out of his socket, and he fell dead like a huge tree cut down by a hurricane. So the Lord showed he doesn't have to do much. There's no opponent comparable to the Lord. Lord Varaha placed Mother Earth back onto its correct orbit. The demigods were overjoyed and praised the Lord. You are not forced like us to take your birth, but you do so by your own free will. You appear in a form just suitable to perform your mission of rescuing the earth from a dirty place. So this was the reason why he took this form of Varaha. And this is also the humility of God. He doesn't always appear in a royal family. He doesn't always appear as a cowherd boy. He comes as Varaha, much comes as a fish, much Kutch as a tortoise, half man, half lion. In fact, he comes through pretty much all of the species of life. Horse, he comes as a horse sometimes. Ayagriva. To rescue the earth, he appeared during the Swayambhu Manvantara from Brahma's nostril. And during Chakshush Manvantara, he appeared from the water. Okay, so he comes twice. Lord Varaha, the best of tusked beasts, appears to kill Hiranyaksh and rescue the earth. So this is by Rupa Goswami in his Laghu Bhagavad Amrita. In Chaitanya Leela, Mahaprabhu was pleased with Murari and one day gave him a vision of his form as Varaha avatar. The Lord lifted Murari's water jug on his nose as he gave a loud roar. Murari considered his life to be fulfilled by this vision and he sang a hymn in glorification of the Lord. This event has been beautifully described by Vrindavan Das Thakur in Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Khanda, chapter 3. The Lord took on the mood of Varaha in the house of Murari. And this is in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. The Lord climbed on his shoulders and danced in the courtyard. After killing the demon Hiranyaksh, Varaha rested at Vishram Ghat in Mathura and spoke the Varaha Puran to Mother Earth. So this Vishram Ghat is still there. One can bathe there. In Mathura. There it is. Very opulent Ghat. Many temples around there. And the Yamuna is flowing nicely. So that's the end. Varaha Avatar Ki Jai. Any questions, any comments? Anybody like to share anything about Varaha?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, when it says from a dirty place, is the bottom of the ocean that's described as a dirty place, is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in the ocean, but there was mud, there
Yeah.
was also things there.
Uh-huh.
Hence why he came as the boar, you know. Somewhere I think we wrote that down somewhere.
Yeah, we read it. It's in the session,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
early on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And does it come in the two forms? In the form of the Swayambhu Manu Avatar and in the Chakshasu Manu
Chakshush.
Avatar?
That's
There
right.
were
It comes twice.
two Vara avatars?
Two avatars of the same. Yeah, because only once he fights Hiranyaksh, but the first time I think the earth just fell because of the exploitation by
Hmm.
men, and at that time he came and he lifted her up and he married her and placed her in on orbit. Yeah, but the second time he fights with Hiranyaksh.
Okay.
Yeah, so two appearances in
Yes.
this day of Brahma. This day of Brahma.
Such a period of time, isn't it? Between the
Yeah,
time period is huge between the two, to 1 millennium to another.
yeah. It's very huge time period for us. But just like
Yeah.
for if we looked at the life of a amoeba, they live for a few seconds.
Yes.
So if they had intelligence, they would be thinking, crikey, these humans live for a long time. We live
Yes. Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. All right.
thank you, Nani. Thank you
Thank you,
so
Professor.
much, Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there's nothing else, we can stop and we'll continue on Monday. So, Lord Varaha ki jai.